month. Let's check in. So I think that what your goal should be, and this is conservative, but most of you guys, I want you to be on a path where you're making 20 calls a week. All right, 15 to 20 calls a week at least. And so some of these, now depending on how you're set up, you might have an outbound calling part of your business where you're doing outbound calls to FISBOs and listing realtors and landlords, etc. And so those, if you get a hold of people and you're talking to them, I count that as a call. So if you're doing your own opening calls and you're doing 15 or 20 of those a week, you're making progress. Okay. Now, what I really ideally want you to be making is closing calls. Okay. So closing calls is when you've already sort of pre-screened the person. It seems like, they haven't, slammed their fist on the table and said, no, don't talk to me. So there may be an opening for some kind of a deal here. So that's, ideally you're making 15 to 20 closing calls per week. And obviously you're talking to sellers. So if you can be talking to 15 or 20 sellers here in the beginning. Now, when you get a property to sell, then it changes the dynamic a little bit. Then I want you're going to be talking to more people, because the second you put a house up for sale on Zillow and post it on social media, you're going to get a lot of calls, especially when you say bad, rent to own home, great rent to own home, bad credit, okay. Most people never say bad credit, okay. So that changes the paradigm. You're going to get a lot of calls. But initially, when you're just, your buying side of the business, you should always be feeding that with a lot of seller calls every week. Again, I would like you to be making 15 to 20 a week. So it's Columbus Day today, and it's also Native Americans Day today. Some conflict there, obviously. So not to get into controversy, I usually try to avoid that at all costs. But we should be celebrating the explorer spirit, I guess. So yes, you're an explorer. You're going out, and if you're doing real estate and you had never done real estate before, and your parents didn't do real estate investing, and you're out there, foraging new, you're a discoverer. That's great, and it takes some guts to do that, and because you're going into uncharted territory, at least for you. The nice thing is these territories have been charted now, and that's the key. Columbus was going into uncharted territory. He got his Ninas, Pinta, and Santa Maria, the three ships, loaded up the men and said, okay, we're going to try to find the new world. So they were trying to circumnavigate the globe and end up in India. And so that's why at first they thought they were in India, and they called people Indians. So kind of a wild whole chapter in history there, but obviously it took a lot of guts to climb into a boat and sail into uncharted territory. Now, like I said, this territory of real estate investing and doing different deals and doing cash flow deals, or buying whole deals, which we really like, and we call those different things, sometimes seller financing deals, creative financing deals. We lean towards those, although we like to do every deal. With the creative financing deals, that has been charted. We've been there. We've done these deals. We can show you how to do it. And so that's why basically it's like you got a map. Whereas the early explorers, Vasco da Gama and all these explorers, they didn't have maps. They were making the maps while they were exploring. And so you guys already have the maps. You have the what to say and what to do system, which gives you all the steps. Remember, one of the most important single pieces of paper in this business is that creative financing step-by-step checklist. And that's in your what to do manual, along with 6 other step-by-step checklists. There's 7 deals in this business. I want you to be a transaction engineer, and I don't want you to turn down a deal or throw away a lead sheet because you didn't know how to do that deal. So again, that's why you got the what to say and what to do system. And in the what to do manual are all 7 checklists for all 7 deals, and they're all on one page. I mean, each one is on its own page. So that would be a good little assignment, is to go to the what to do manual, print off the creative financing step-by-step checklist, print off about 5 or 10 of them, and create some file folders. Those should be in every file folder that you are doing a creative financing deal on. So that is like your roadmap. That is all the steps that you need to do to accomplish that deal. There's 34 steps on there. And so that's something that's very important as your roadmap. You're not going into uncharted territory. So that's where you should have some confidence. And also, it's like, when Columbus sailed into America, he didn't speak the language. When he landed on the shores, he didn't know, they couldn't communicate. All right. So, but you have the scripts. Having those scripts is almost like having, being able to speak the language. When you're exploring and you find a new person, like a seller who you've never really talked to sellers before, so they might seem like a different kind of people. Well, guess what? You speak their language because you have the scripts. So when you're an explorer, have faith in the fact that you've got the roadmap with the step-by-step checklist. No matter what kind of deal you're doing, all 7 checklists are in there. That's your roadmap. And you also have the language to speak to the natives, wherever you go. Okay, it's National Indigenous People Day today. So no matter where the natives are from, today's the day to celebrate them. So let's get at the explorer's spirit, and let's really go out there and follow our map and do some great exploring and keep this great month of October going and get at least 1 or 2 deals closed this month. Okay, so how are all you guys doing? WL, I saw you were on early like you always used to be. I love it. Getting on early and saying hi before I even get there. That's awesome. Good morning, Linda. Hey, great to see you. Lynette's wandering around here somewhere. Hey, Caleb, great to see you as always. Scheduling today to go visit a pretty house. Hey, that's awesome. Guys, that's great. And Caleb, if you need some help on that, I told you this before, but guys, you can always call the office at 888-RICH-NOW, 888-RICH-NOW, not to go too fast. And you can always send us an email at support@thewolfcouple.com, support@thewolfcouple.com, okay? I know that's Tony. Tony has 15 closing calls. Okay, that's good. You're on rhythm. You got a VA. That's good. So guys, if you're doing closing calls, that's good because you're getting the opening calls done by an outside source, and then you're working those closing calls. So good job, Tony. Making those closing calls is how the business runs and how you get deals closed, for sure. Oh yes, it's Thanksgiving Day in Canada for you Canadians, eh? Yeah, I feel like an honorary Canadian because I grew up in Minnesota and I played hockey my whole life. So, yep, 1 pretty house deal on tap. Oh, good job. Good job. Guys, remember, if you just do 1 or 2 deals a month, you're going to be doing awesome in this business. So I'm excited for you guys. All right. GoTronics. Great to see all of you guys. Got your Gold Club account. All right. Great to see you guys. Good job, everybody. And I will be talking to you tomorrow. Keep visiting me here, obviously, on Brunch with Brian every morning at this time. Actually, on Tuesdays, I come an hour earlier. I usually come in an hour earlier, so watch for that because I have an important meeting that I go to on Tuesday mornings. So it's always great to see you guys. What's our affirmation for today? Is I am a brave explorer, okay? I'm a brave explorer, and that means you're venturing out doing things that you are not used to doing. Remember, you've got maps and you speak the language. So I'm a brave explorer. On 3, always 3 times. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I'm a brave explorer. I'm a brave explorer. I'm a brave explorer. Yes, awesome. All right, guys, take deep breaths. Nice deep breath in. Big smile and exhale. Good job. Loosen up your neck and your shoulders. Again, deep breath in. Big smile and exhale. 1 more. So good for you, good for your body, good for your mind. Invigorates you. Awesome. So until I see you tomorrow, keep expecting success, getting awesome training from the Wolf Couple and Brunch with Brian, and taking action. Don't forget, Teaching Tuesdays is coming up tomorrow. And don't forget our special event on October 28th. Make sure you're signed up for that. That's our Taking Action workshop. We haven't done one in a while, so we have a lot of great new stuff to go over. So we'll see you October 28th, that Saturday. You can go sign up right now at the homeinvestingacademy.com, homeinvestingacademy.com for just $1, normally $14.97. So make sure you're signed up for that, and we'll see you there. All right, until I see you tomorrow, keep expecting success, getting awesome training, and taking action, as Lynette always tells us.